Dear beginner day traders, please, you've got to understand this concept if you want any chance at having success as a trader. Because when you don't understand this concept, you're going to waste your time, you're going to bring unnecessary discouragement into your life, and you're going to give yourself just a false impression of how the markets work and what you need to work on as a trader. Now, I want to walk you through a couple of trades that I've made and that you'll see play out live, and it'll illustrate exactly this concept and why it's so important to not only just kind of keeping your sanity as a trader, but also making sure that you are focused on the right things with your learning journey. So before I show you the trade, I just want to walk you through the idea that I was looking at this situation and I thought, this thing's going to pull back and then it's going to go back up and I'll make money. And you can see that's exactly what happened. There was a pullback and then there was a nice bounce. That is what I thought would happen. And that is exactly what did indeed happen. But, well, I didn't really make any money on it. Wait, what are you talking about? You just told us that that thing would pull back and go back up, and that's exactly what it did, but you didn't really make any money on it? I did not. Why? Well, this is the concept. What did I just show you? I just showed you a general outline of things. I had a general thought. The general thought being this thing's going to pull back, and then it's going to go back up. And I was right. You literally just saw that take place. But general is too easy. General is not good enough. This is a concept where a lot of traders, they look back and they look at a situation and say, yeah, I was right. I would have made money. And this could be in a paper trading phase. This could be in some sort of back testing phase where you're just kind of visually looking at things and you're just coming up with broader general ideas. And you're saying, oh yeah, look, that's what I thought would happen. That's what happened. And then you make the logical conclusion of, therefore, I would have made money. Well, let's take a closer look at this chart and see how the actual trade played out. So again, I thought this would go down, pull back, and then go back up, and that's what happened. So we're looking at this, and this trade was caught live on video. And just as a couple little kind of disclaimers here, not disclaimers, but disclosures on how things all work, you're going to see this white order turn to green. That means I was filled, and I'm doing options right now, but that's besides the point. This applies to any asset class that you're trading. But here we have this pullback that is occurring. So remember I mentioned that pullback. So let's see how things play out. So right there I am filled and it's pulling back. And then you see that bigger red candle here, a deeper pullback. So right now, okay, yeah, this is just a pullback and that purple line there. Just thinking, okay, it's going to want to bounce around that purple line. And you can see it's not really, and now it's getting even further below that purple line. So I changed the order out because it has gone too far down below that purple line. And right now I have gone into what I call risk control mode. So right here, you can see that ultimately I just made $10 on it because that was 50, now it's 60, so $10. But why did I do that? Well, I thought it was going to bounce. I thought the pullback was going to be over closer to that purple line. So when the price dropped down to that location, I needed to go into what I call risk control mode and just say, you know what? I don't think I'm right here. This thing has pulled back more than what I thought it would. So go into risk control mode. And, with this situation, I still actually walked away with a small winning trade of $10. So you're starting to see what happened here. Yes, I was right, generally speaking. But this is where you've got to be focused as a trader, and this is what makes day trading so hard. You've got to look at the specifics, which got me kind of thinking as I was thinking through this video, what exactly does specific even mean? A precise detail. And that is exactly where I failed on this trade. I got the precise detail wrong of where did I think the pullback was going to be over? I thought it was going to be over at that purple line, which represents the 50 period moving average. But as you watch that video, you saw the price come down below it and then come down even more. And at that point, I thought, okay, I don't think I'm right here. I think I'm wrong. I got to go into loss control mode. But what happened next? Well, as you're watching here, the price, and I know you know that this already occurred, but just to watch it in real time play out, that's where I got out right around here. And now look at this move in the upwards direction. That's just how it goes sometimes. I was right, generally speaking. Generally speaking, I thought the price would come down and bounce. But specifically, that precise detail, well, it just dropped too far down below. That right there threw me off, and then up it went. Let's take a look at another chart, which kind of cruelly enough happened in the exact same day. So as the price was coming down here, I thought, you know what, this thing has got to be getting low to the bottoms. I think this thing wants to bounce, and boom, look at that big, very nice bounce. And I was right. It came down, it bounced. Yeah, but I didn't make any money. So as we're seeing here, look at this. The price is pulling back. Right now, that white line is where I want to get filled. I mean, look at this candle. This candle is coming down. It's only got to go a little bit more. It's only got to go a little bit more. That's where I think it's going to bounce. In other words, that's my precise detail of where I think it's going to bounce, where I want to get in. So let's see how it plays out. It's coming down. And just like that, it stopped going down. Comes down again, and then bounces up once again. So this is a little bit of a different precise detail. The first one was, okay, where do I think I need to put kind of my stop loss, because that's what that was representing in that first one before going into loss control mode. This one was just simply the precise detail of, where do I think I need to enter at? Where do I think is a good entry point? And you saw it. Oh, that candle was oh so close to that white line before it started to go back up. And then, yeah, here's the rest of the story. And then you can see it right here. I mean, an absolutely beautiful, beautiful move. Now, am I saying I would have held perfectly all the way up? I'm not making that claim. My claim is just that I was right. Price came down, it got down to this area, and then it wanted to turn around, and it did indeed turn around. So what you need to understand is, I don't care if you are right from the general standpoint. I don't care if you're sitting there at your computer, you're looking at a situation and you say, oh yeah, that thing definitely wants to come down, or oh yeah, that thing wants to go back up, but first it needs to maybe consolidate or pull back, whatever you want to say about it. And then you see the thing happen, you're like, I was right. Man, I would have made money on that. Are you sure? Would you have gotten those finer details, those specific details? Because that's the huge world of differences. And there's a big void between those that a lot of people, when you're just getting started, don't quite understand. Generally speaking, you can be a fantastic trader. You can be like really right almost all the time, generally speaking. However, just because you're right from a general standpoint, did you get the specifics right? Did you get that stop loss right? Did you get the entry point right? Did you get, the multiple other parts of trade management? Did you get those specific details right? Because those are what's ultimately going to make or break you within a trade. Whether it's sending you into risk control mode or stopping you out, as you saw with that first trade, or you just don't even get filled because you didn't quite get that entry point right. Those are the details that matter, and those are the details that you need to be focused on. So please don't think in your learning and your studying that all you got to do is, I got to just kind of get some of these general things right. And if I get the general things right, everything else will take care of itself. No. False. Not true. You got to get now, yes, generally speaking, you've got to get those things right. You've got to have some general ideas. Absolutely. But if you're thinking that that's all that matters, that is a concept of no, it doesn't. You got to get those specific details. So I started it. Dear beginner day traders, please just understand this concept so you don't build false hope, so you don't get discouraged because you're sitting there saying, oh, I was right again. Oh, I would have made money on that. That thing's going to go down and bounce. See, it went down and bounced. Yeah, I'm not refuting that your general observations are correct, but make sure you are nailing down those finer tuned details because that's what matters most. So I hope this helps. I hope the real life examples here kind of illustrate exactly what's happened and what can happen. And when it happens to you, that's okay. That's part of being a trader. You can be generally right, but specifically wrong, which causes you to either lose money, make a little bit of money, not make enough money, miss the trade entirely. You're not alone. It happens to everybody, but you got to get good at the specifics, and you definitely got to realize there's a huge difference between general and specific. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use.
But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.